Hi, 5th grade. Today we're going to talk about your upcoming homemade instrument project. So in today's folder, April 17th, we have our homemade instrument project folder. In the folder, I have the project, I have a link to some instrument ideas, and a folder filled with videos that show you how to add photos and video to the Google Slides for your homemade instrument project. I'm going to open up the homemade instrument project. It is a slide presentation that you will then put your answers on. So, for the homemade instrument project, I'm asking you to create an unpitched percussion instrument using household items such as empty water bottles, cans, cereal boxes, dry rice, buttons, paper, etc. Anything that your parents are okay with you using. An unpitched percussion instrument is played by hitting, shaking, or scraping to produce a sound. It does not play a melody. So examples of unpitched percussion would be things like drums, tambourines, maracas, cymbals, things like that. Anything you hit, shake, or scrape. We do not want xylophones or guitars or any wind-blown instrument. No. You may find your ideas in books, online, or use your imagination. We're going to answer the questions on the following slides. You must include a photo and video of your instrument. Directions are included in the speaker notes. These should be displayed at the bottom of the screen. See them down here? If you do not see the speaker notes, click on View, which is up here. You would click on View, and then make sure that Show Speaker Notes is checked off. You can make the speaker notes bigger by doing this. So in my first speaker notes, I have these are the speaker notes. You will find directions and information for each slide in this area. So the first question I'd like you to answer is worth 5 points, and I'd like you to give your instrument a name. So what is your instrument called? You would click here and then type in the name that you've decided to call your instrument. Question number 2. What materials did you use to create your instrument? This question is worth 10 points. So you're going to list every single thing you use to create your instrument. Everything from tape, markers, scissors, paper, to the items that you use to create. Question 3. Give a step-by-step description of how you made your instrument. This is worth 20 points. You need to be very, very precise and exact. So you're going to say step 1, gathered materials. Step 2, whatever it is you did next. Step 3, 4, 5, however many steps it took to create your wonderful instrument. There is an additional slide in case you have a lot of steps and you need to go on to the next one. Question number 4 is worth 5 points. You're going to explain how you play your instrument. Do you hit it, shake it, scrape? List all that apply. So maybe you've created an instrument that you can hit, shake, and scrape. Or maybe it can be shaken and scraped. Whatever your instrument does, that's what you'll list. Question 5 is worth 5 points. What was the most difficult part of making your instrument? So here you're going to tell me what was the most difficult part. Maybe it was deciding what to do. Maybe it was gathering the materials and finding the things you needed. Maybe the hardest part was getting the tape to stay, whatever that might be. Question number 6. What was the easiest part of making your instrument? Again, this is worth 5 points, and you're going to explain to us what was the easiest part of creating your homemade instrument. Number 7. If you could do it again, what would you do differently to make your instrument better or easier to make? So maybe after you finished, you realized, oh, I could have done this instead of that, and it would have sounded better, or maybe it would have been easier to make. Question 8. Worth 5 points. Tell us where you got the idea for your instrument. Was it your imagination? Was it from an online source? If so, list the website where you found it. Was it from a book? Give us the title of the book. The next slide tells you that you're going to insert a photo on the next slide. Take a photo with your Chromebook. To insert a photo, click on Insert and choose Image. Select your photo. So here's where you'll put your photo. Your instrument is worth 35 points. There's a rubric on the next slide. To insert a photo, click on Insert at the top of the page, choose Image, Upload from Computer, and then select the photo you want to use. Now, a video takes a little more time to create. You will watch this video on how to save your video to Google Drive and then insert in the slide. So this link right here has a video that shows you how to do that. And here is our rubric. So Your instrument will be graded on evidence of time and effort involved. So if it looks like you spent a lot of time, it's worth 20 points. If maybe it didn't take you very long, maybe you get somewhere between 10 and 15. Did you create a percussion instrument? If the answer is yes, you get 10 points. And then creativity is a range of 0 to 5. So creativity not only means how cute it looks, how pretty it looks, but it also could be the selection of materials that you use. Maybe you really thought outside the box and created something different from anything else. All right, so that is the project. We're going to be watching a video with some suggestions on ideas for instruments. This is due on May 1st. All of the items that you need for your project will remain in the April 17th folder, so you'll have to go back to the April 17th folder to find the materials to complete your project. You may turn it in early. Just make sure that you've completed all parts of the project.